Hello everyone, this is Prodigious TCC, that's Prodigious Trading Card Collector, and today we're going to be taking a look at three Jank Gym Leader Challenge decks that I have built at the moment. I actually have where in front of me, I have, if you can see, if I can, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all separated into gym leader or like into the Pokemon types, so that I have several that I can actually like make. I am just trying to figure out the best, without buying cards, the best options I have for the cards that I currently own. And I have 3 decks right here that I've made up with mainly standard cards. They're not the best, for sure, definitely not the best, but I have started playing Gym Leader Challenge with a couple of my friends, and with mainly modern cards. I've made decks. Are they great? No, but they're fun to play. So I've got a Luminian line, so this is obviously my water deck. I've got Marnie, my waters. I got Pot Helmet, which is nice. Wallace to draw 3 cards. So it's basically I draw 3, my opponent draws 1. Sorry, I draw 4, my opponent draws 1. Because nobody's not going to draw a card if I play a Wallace. Obviously, I got an Ultra Ball, Pokeball, a Brandon. I've got Meloetta and the Feebas to go with it. Emergence Jelly, which is just for healing up. Like Acuity, which lets me take 20 less damage with this deck if it's out there that I can get. Gym Trainer, I get to draw 2 cards. If any of my Pokemon were knocked out during my opponent's last turn, I get to draw 2 more cards. So usually drawing 4 with that bad boy. Energy Search, which is always nice. Level Ball, T-Mail Cheer, which is nice because I can get some Pokemon since you can only have 1 of each card in your deck. Using the T-Mail Cheer to shuffle up to 3 Pokemon back, or 1 Pokemon and 2 supporters, or whatever I want back into the deck. Fantastic card to have. Candace for just for the deck is awesome. Look at the top 7 cards of my hand, or my deck. I may reveal any number of water Pokemon and water energy cards you find there and put them into your hand. And that works really well with my... I'll skip ahead a little bit. Minion goes with the Minion. But that card, the Candace, works incredibly well with my Frostmoth engine that I've got going on, which is, as often as you like during your turn, I may attach a water energy card from my hand to one of my benched Pokemon. So if I got a Candace going, get a bunch, and I can get a couple water energies from there, then use Frostmoth to attach a bunch of cards to it, and then I can set up a attack for my next turn, or for that turn when I can swap that Pokemon out. Also, obviously, Professor's Research, which is, it kind of sucks because you can only have 1 of each card in your deck, but I mean, if it's the last card you have in your hand and you play that, you just get another whole set of 7 cards. Or if you've got a Pokemon evolution or stage 1 or stage 2 or anything like that, and the basic's already been knocked out, then you might as well get rid of it, and boom. I got some Sweet Honey for more healing. It's okay. If you can flip heads a lot, it's fantastic. If you can't, it's not very good. Got a Corphish, an Escape Rope, which is always nice for switching, an Irida for search your deck for a water Pokemon, and an item. Reveal them and put them into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Great card for if I have a Wailmer and I need that Wailord out, boom, I can get it for that, or any of these guys really. Pretty great. Rescue Carrier for getting, if like these guys got knocked out in the beginning, any of like my basics got knocked out before I could have an evolution of them or anything like that, I can Rescue Carrier, bring them back. Shauna for shuffling my hand into my deck, drawing 5 cards, basically like a judge. Capacious Bucket for attaching energy, so just getting energy from my deck putting them into my hand, and then, oh, look it, I got a Frostmoth, which can then attach them to bench Pokemon. Crawdaunt for my damage there. Melanie, which is great. Attach an energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. To one of your Pokemon V. One of your Pokemon V. If you do draw 3 cards, oh no, I can't. I never even noticed before. I need to get that card out of there because there are no Pokemon V in here. Didn't even notice that. Lapras. I got a boss. Obviously, capturing Aroma to either get a basic or an evolution Pokemon. Serena only for more drawing of cards. Potion, Tool Jammer, an Articuno, which is nice. Air Balloon, which is really good for most of these cards except for basically my Wailmer and my Whale Lord to get them out of the active spot without having to pay anything. Switch for another switching card. A Gloria. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon that don't have rule boxes. All of the Pokemon don't have any rule boxes, so that's a great way to get some extra cards on there. A Wishcash. There's my Wailmer, my Whale Lord, Snom, and I've got a Great Ball, an Evolution Incense, and a Judge, and it's just for more drawing power and such. So I have to figure out what I want to swap that Melanie. Maybe an Echoing Horn, because it's always fun to Echoing Horn a basic Pokemon back onto your opponent's bench, and then it's just taking up space kind of thing. So, you know what, and it's right here. So, why not? Actually, what does Thornton do? Choose a basic Pokemon in your discard pile and switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. Okay, you know what, I'll throw I will put a Thornton in here. That way, if I can swap out if one of my basics was knocked out previously, and I have another basic on the feet or on my if I have another basic on there, swap it out if I have the card to evolve or whatever. Why not? So that's my quote-unquote jank water deck. It's not the best because I'm only making things with what I have, right? I'm not really buying cards. That being said, my buddy did give me like a little care package of some standard cards to use for items and supporters and all that kind of stuff. Gave me some basic cards for that, like Float Rock and stuff like that. So I may be making another stronger deck, but this is what I got for now at least. So Escape Rope, Air Balloon, staples. Pokeball, staple. Turtwig, energy. Marnie's Pride, which lets me attach a basic energy from the discard pile to one of my benched Pokemon, so that's great. Evolution Incense, Grotle. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a grass Pokemon, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So that is great for getting me evolutions of what I need or anything like that. So, great. Got a Raihan, which lets me play. Usually, Pokemon get knocked out every turn or every other turn pretty easily. So, boom. I can attach an energy card from my discard pile to one of my Pokemon. If I do this, search my deck for a card and put it into my hand, and then shuffle my deck. So, it's just a really good card to have. Clara, which lets me put up to 2 Pokemon from my discard pile into my hand, or put up to 2 basic energy cards from my discard pile into my hand, or both of them. So that's really great as well. Fursode Girl, which lets me search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto the bench, then shuffle my deck, and then I can switch it to the active position if I wanted to. Switch, because you need to switch. Team Yell Cheer, again, pretty standard. A Shelmet, Rare Candy for basically skipping a stage 1, going straight to a stage 2. I only have, I think, one of those in here, and I'll show you it in a second. I got a Sawbuck, which is pretty cool, because if you have a stadium in play, I can do 160 points of damage with this card, so that's not bad. Echoing Horn, trying to screw them over. BD, attach a basic energy card from your hand to one of your benched Pokemon, so it's just I can attach more energy kind of thing. Gloria, again, get some more basic Pokemon. Seedot, that's the one that I want to skip straight to the stage 2 if I can. Boss, an energy recycler, an energy search. I got a quick so energy recycler lets me put up to 5 basic energy from my discard pile back into my deck. Energy search lets me search my deck for a basic energy card, reveal it, and put it into my hand, then shuffle my deck. Those are very important for something I'm about to show you. So Kricketune lets just all my grass Pokemon have 40 more health except for Kricketune. Tool Jammer, which just means that tools attached to other Pokemon don't affect my Pokemon. Pokekid, search your deck for Pokemon, reveal it, and put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Not bad. Lost Vacuum to get rid of any stadiums I don't want or anything like that. Potion for healing. Level Ball for finding a Pokemon. Capturing Roma for getting a basic or evolutionary Pokemon. An Avery for drawing cards and shrinking down my opponent's bench. Bruno for shuffling my hand into my deck and drawing 4 cards, or if any of my Pokemon were knocked out in my opponent's last turn, I get to draw 7, so that's not bad. Tangrowth does some damage. Pot Helmet for reducing damage. Rescue Carrier for bringing back those knocked out basics. Professor's Research, obviously to get more cards. Sunkern, Quick Ball to get myself more Pokemon. Emergency Jelly, that is for if this Pokemon moved from your bench to the active spot, this turn, this attack can be used for 1. So I can do 120 for 1. Not bad. If I jump to the Shiftry or use a Shiftry for 1 energy, I can do 210 points of damage. So basically knock anything out. And then this, unfortunately, then goes to the Lost Zone, but it doesn't count as being knocked out. So I can knock out an opponent's Pokemon, get that out of the way, and then I can pivot into something else. But it's just like a one-hit knockout kind of thing in a pinch, which is pretty great. Now the Sunflora is pretty great. You may discard up to 3 energy cards from your hand. This attack does 70 more damage for each card you discarded in this way. So I could do 220 points of damage with this, which is pretty great because I got that, and then I get all those basic energies back into the deck with energy recycler and stuff like that. Get that back in the deck, get them back in my hand with those cards to get energy back in my hand, and I can knock out maybe hopefully a couple things. There's Nuzleaf, and then I got the Skater Park, which is great. Whenever either player's active Pokemon retreats, put the basic energy that would be discarded back into your hand. So boom, retreat with something, energy goes into my hand, put up that Sunflora, 220. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked out. It's only 90, but if it does, try and get it back and get, retreating, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully it's a card that I can go through a couple times if need be. It's pretty cool. Sweet Honey, if you can flip, or if you can get heads, that's great. Bird Keeper, Durant, which is search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. Another Pokemon for setting up for my Sunflora, which is pretty great. Great Ball, Primordial Altar. Just got a couple stadiums in here just for that. What the heck was it called? This one, right here, the Sawbuck. A couple stadiums for that Sawbuck to do 160, and then my Tangela. So I mean, it's not the most absolutely fantastic deck, but I think I have some options there with using that energy, getting that energy recycled, getting that energy into my hand, and then using Sunflora to do 220 damage in 1 turn. Boom, that's done. And then, what's that? Gets knocked out. Okay, I bring it back. I've got Shiftry. It does 210. It goes into Lost Zone. Sunflora comes back up. Get rid of those cards. Like, it is I haven't used it to its most full potential, but it has a plan, is what I'm getting at. It has a plan, maybe not the best plan, but eventually maybe I'll suss that out to be better. And then this one is my metal deck. I've got an Aggron. I mean, it takes a lot of energy, but it is a pretty beefy Pokemon. Level Ball to get a Pokemon Gym Trainer to draw some cards. Magneton, energy. I got a Cook to heal up to 70 or heal 70 damage to active Pokemon. Got a Clang for a Candy to jump up to either the Aggron or the Magnezone, depending on what I have available. Cobalion, which is if I'm fighting against someone who has a dark deck, my basic your basic Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active dark Pokemon. So it's kind of there to fill out because I didn't have a lot of metal Pokemon. Switch, always important. Arazu. Search your deck for up to 3 evolution Pokemon that don't have rule boxes, none of them do, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So that's a great way to get me my evolutions and whatnot that I need. Ultra Ball for getting Pokemon. Some energy. Cynthia's Ambition. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw up to 8. So, way to get more cards. Professor's Research obviously is a staple. Ferroseed, Silene. If I get 2 heads, I can put 2 cards back into my deck. It's there. It's an option. Boss's Orders to obviously boss something out. Quick Ball. A Registeel. So, like, really, if I have a Cobalion in play, then a Registeel, my Registeel can be doing some extra damage to any darks if I'm playing against a person who has any dark energy Pokemon kind of thing. Hisuian Heavy Ball. I mean, you're playing one of, so really you kind of need it if you can. Bronzong. There's my Clink. Bronzong, Clink, Energy, Mawile again. Just looking for Pokemon that can do some damage and whatnot. Shauna for shuffling and drawing cards, basically a judge. Escape Rope, which is great. Kling Clang. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. So that's pretty sweet. If I can, jump from the Clink, Clank, and then up to the Kling Clang, if I can use my rare candy to jump up to this one instead, depending on how I maneuver my energy, it's pretty sweet. Marnie's Pride to attach a energy from my discard pile to my bench Pokemon. Energy Retrieval, put up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile into my hand, always great. Ferrothorn, Magnemite, Ordinary Rod to get any Pokemon or energy back from my discard pile into my deck. Bruno, again, drawing extra cards. Shuffling my hand into my deck and drawing either 4 cards or 7 cards. Evolution Incense to get those evolution cards. Judge, shuffle my hand in, draw 4. Air Balloon for some reduced retreat costs for some of these Pokemon. Energy Search, which is great. Pokeball. Copycat, shuffle my hand into my deck, draw cards until I have the exact same amount as my opponent. So depending on what deck they're playing, hey, I could be having a hand of like 12, who knows? Trekking Shoes, just to see what I can get. Poniard, Aaron, Dialga, there's another basic Pokemon right there, which has Rewind Time. Attach up to 2 Metal Energy cards from your discard pile to one of my Pokemon. So I can use this, start throwing energies around where I feel like it, where I need it, and then Flash of Destruction, discard 2 energies from this Pokemon when I use that ability. But, I mean, it's basically what it's trying to do is like Flash of Destruction, Rewind Time to put them back on here, and then Doesn't really work that way because it's only got 130 HP and whatnot, but, I mean, it's an option. Bronzor there. There's my Magnezone, which does once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Shuffle the other cards into your deck. So, I mean, really, depending on how you play this, you use some of these cards to get energy onto other cards. I mean, doing 120, like really what I want to get my my Aggron out, get as many energy attached to it as possible so that it can start doing like 240 damage. It does 30 damage to my bench Pokemon, but I mean, really get that aggron out there. Just start rolling through as many Pokemon as I can. Yeah, so these have been my 3 constructed Gym Leader Challenge decks. They are not the perfect, best optimized decks, but with what I was working with and what I had, I think they're pretty good. I have not won with any of them. That's probably more on me than on the decks themselves. But I do have a bunch of other Pokemon set aside there that maybe I will shuffle out these decks, and instead of doing a Metal one, put in my Psychic one or something like that. But yeah, anyways, I just wanted to show off my 3 completed semi-jank Gym Leader Challenge decks in this video. If you guys want to follow me on any of my social medias, they're all linked down below. All Prodigious TCC. I've got Instagram, I've got Twitter, and I've got TikTok. And if you want to leave a like, subscription, hit that bell notification, it really helps the channel grow. Leave me a comment if you play Gym Leader Challenge, what deck you play, any suggestions for cards. I know there are a bunch of older supporters and other cards that I can purchase. Some of them are pretty expensive. Some of them are like 39 cents and whatnot. Probably have to look for better Pokemon as well, but just for what I had on hand for just building it on a whim to play against some of my friends, not bad. Not bad at all. Anyways, I have been Prodigious TCC. That's Prodigious the Trading Card Collector. And until I see you next time, have a fantastic day.